Right, I'm back again today with another deck profile. This time we've got Vastation Reveal, or ShardShow as I like to call it. So first off, we run 2 Vastation the World's Hollow, 2 Shardwood Amalgamations, 2 Bristlecombe Phantom Pine, 2 Harbinger Mushroom, and our last creature is Caster of the Twisted Tree. And then onto symmetries, we run 2 Glisten Undergrowth, 2 Reversion, 2 Glimpse of the Sanctuary, 2 Breaking Helver, 2 Crystal Cove, and lastly 2 Chains. It's a 21 card deck. This deck it's a lot more of a slow burn deck. The basic premise is you are trying to use Amalgamation to attack and be attacked, which allows you to reveal Harbinger Mushroom to burn your opponent for 1 damage and draw an energy. And you're also trying to summon Vastation with multiple Harbinger Mushrooms in hand to try and reveal your full hand to burn for the extra 1 damage and keep your energy count up. You can use Caster of the Twisted Tree to essentially, as long as you've got more than 1 life point, keep your amalgamations alive. And we also run the 2 Phantom Pines, as when Phantom Pine attacks, it can pick any card in our graveyard and put it back in our deck any way we want. We can use that for defensive plays, like getting our chains back to the top of the deck. We can use it for our reversions, put them back at top of the deck to either return Vastation to get the reveal all over again, or play it defensively against your opponent. We can use it to get our coves back if we need to, well, basically just to keep your opponent at bay because they know that Crystal Cove's right on top of your deck. Or if you've lost if you've had to discard your Harbinger Mushrooms, Phantom Pine can then put them straight back on top of your deck, which also plays quite well with Glisten Undergrowth to reveal the top card of our deck. Or even with Phantom Pine getting our Change, Reversion or Crystal Cove back, if we've got one of our draw cards, we can then draw straight back into the card we put back on top. It's not the most competitive deck, but it's very fun to play and very fun when it goes off. It's a lot more tempo based. It's a lot of back and forth with your opponent. You're not gonna get 10 damage on board and winning 2 turns. It's very much trying to keep your board full of it. You're trying to keep your amalgamations alive. Hopefully your Phantom Pines as long as possible. The more times Phantom Pine can attack, the more cards you can recycle. So one of the plays I like to do is I like to have Amalgamation on field with a Harbinger Mushroom, attack to reveal for the burn, attack with the Bristle Pine, hopefully you've got Caster as well to keep it alive, attack with the Phantom Pine, put whatever I want on my deck. When my opponent comes to attack me, play Chains, they pass turn, Chains goes to graveyard. I attack with Phantom Pine again, I can take the same Chains, put it back on top of my deck, and if I've got one of the many draw cards in my deck, I can immediately draw straight back into the Chains, ready to play all over again when my opponent attacks. And I can basically rinse repeat that until I run out of draw cards. Or if you've got 2 Chains, you can play 1, it goes to grave, you've got a second one ready. The Phantom Pine is going to put that one back on top of the deck, so when you use this one and it goes to the grave, the next turn you're drawing straight back into this one. So the longer you can keep Phantom Pine alive, the more defensive you can be, and the more chances it gives you to attack with Amalgamation to reveal the Harbinger mushrooms in hand. It's, like I said, it's not the most competitive, but it is very fun when it goes off. And the Vastations really help. You summon one Vastation, if you've got 2 Harbingers, that's 2 points of damage. Reversion Vastation back to your hand, play it again, that's 2 more points of damage. So that's, I mean, if you've got your second copy of Reversion, you can get 6 damage off just like that, although it does require quite a bit of stalling setup, which is why we play the Carceries and the Phantom Pines and the Amalgamations, as even when your opponent attacks your Amalgamation, you can reveal your Harbinger, which kind of scares your opponent off attacking you if they're unsure of what's in your hand, or if they don't want to take the little bit of chip damage. But a lot of the time we can continuously keep recycling chains, and the 2 Crystal Coves help, because when Crystal Cove freezes, let's say for example your opponent's Vortex, as that's you really don't want to be Vortex with Harbinger mushrooms, next turn when you attack with Shardwood, you can make the condition of the card you coved permanent. So if you freeze a Vortex, the next turn your opponent might be a lot less reluctant to attack you, as if they attack into your Amalgamation, that Vortex is now permanently coved and they aren't getting it. It is a very fun deck to play, and I recommend giving it a go. It takes a little bit of learning to learn it. It takes a little bit of learning to get it down properly with it not being the most competitive. But I'd say definitely try it. Thank you for watching, and leave a comment.